and it's going to cook the rest of the time at 350. But I want to start it off higher than that, much higher than that. So, last thing, a little protection. I was talking about blind baking earlier. Giving the pie crust a bit of a head start. Here, the opposite is true. The pie crust is going to be like very well browned, and the pumpkin is still going to need to cook. So by the time the pumpkin's done, the edge of the pie crust is going to be burnt. So what I'm going to do is make a ring of foil so that like halfway through I can put just a ring of foil that covers just the pie crust, and then that'll help keep it from browning too much more in the oven while the rest of the pie bakes. It's Shannon. Hello, Shannon. How are you? Really, the only hard part is just getting started. And then the rest is just cutting along the ring I formed. As you know what my throat's trying to tell me, hydrate yourself. Nothing like a glass of water. There's actually my dad bought like a silicone ring, and it had like notches, so it was like a strip of silicone, but it was like a belt with like a little nub on one end and notches on the other, so you could wrap it around a pie plate and then like slot it into one of the notches to fit like different size pies, and it was like made just for that. And on one hand, it looked and was kind of ridiculous, but on the other hand, it was incredibly blessed and so useful. Honestly, the better way to do this is fold it in half and just cut a half circle off. But I forgot about that little trick, so here we are. I have a little impromptu shield. Once I get this straightened out, just set it aside. There we go. Open, protected. Open, protected. So I'll just set this aside right there. Now all that's left pour this goodness in that goodness. I actually only had one cookie bar because those things are potent. Like that cream cheese stuff is so sweet. Not like over sweet, but it's on the verge. So I can only ever have like two in a day. Otherwise, I just am mad at myself. I have, however, almost devoured the Franken cookie that you had me make. It's in the fridge. The longer those things sit in the fridge, um, the better they get because. And I actually forgot that. So I just had one of the cookie bars when they were cool. And I was like, what is wrong with this? And then I remembered, I was like, oh, it has to sit in the fridge for a couple hours before they get really good. Because the cheese, the cream cheese, it feels weird just calling it cheese. Like the cookie bars and the cheese, it just sounds gross. But then as soon as you say cream cheese, it sounds amazing again. Uh, the cream cheese like seizes up, and I really don't want to say it, but it congeals. You know, the most appetizing word of all. It congeals, and then the cookies like get firm, and it's like eating an ice cream bar almost. Whereas when it's not chilled, it's just like a gloopy mess, and it doesn't taste like the cookies are fully baked because they're soaking with like the moisture from the cream cheese, and it's just not as yeah. Coagulate. I never think about coagulate. I never. That's just not part of my vocabulary. But I mean, yeah, congeal is not ideal if I'm gonna be real. If I'm gonna be real, but that's what it does. Now this is literally liquid, so I'm gonna put it on a pan. I'm gonna put that pan on a rack, and then I'm not gonna touch it. One time, when my dad was gonna put the ring on the pie, he just like opened the oven and then took the rack and like pulled the rack out. And it's only halfway cooked, so this stuff is still liquid. So it just like sloshed all over the. So we had like a layer of pumpkin pie filling on the bottom of the oven that burnt because. And then like the pie was like half full after that. Amazingly enough, it still came out pretty good. Timer for 15 minutes. And that's that. It's going to stay in there for like 45 minutes. And I will send y'all a picture when it's done. But for now, that's all I got. I'm not cooking anything else. I'm just going to make like a sandwich for dinner. I don't know. I have soup. I just made soup. I'll reheat soup. It's so much better. Yo, I should have a grilled cheese with my tomato soup. That requires work. I might do it. I might do it. We'll see. Either way, stream's over. But thank you everyone for coming out. We have quite a crowd right now. So thank you again. And you know I'm going to be sending pictures to the Chateau and Comedy Hour Diskies. Yeah, exactly. Beat it. But don't actually beat it. We're going to raid someone. Let's see who we can raid. Well, thank you. I don't think there is anyone to raid. Then again, the last time I tried to raid, no one was popping up. So maybe there is someone. I'll double check just in case. I don't think anyone else is streaming. It is very late. So I think I'm just going to end it here.